So recently I changed a bunch of stuff in my setup around, and I thought I'd show you guys an updated 2026 productivity setup tour. So starting off with the keyboard, you guys know I have so many keyboards. My favorite one right now is this board from Acco. It's fully aluminum and it has loop switches, so it has that premium feel and it's really high quality. Some of the other boards I have are really plasticky, and at the moment I'm not really gaming, so I don't care to have the fastest keyboard anymore. I'm only using this lightly just to type stuff out like emails as well as edit videos, so it does get the job done. And here's a quick sound test. So yeah, it's really high quality, and my favorite thing about this board has to be this little knob right here. I can control all my audio directly from here, and I don't have to go to my headset or my laptop just to change it. So that definitely comes in handy. I'm also just using a regular wire with this. This thing is Bluetooth, but I don't know how to turn it on. So for the time being, I'm just using it like this until I figure it out. Now for my mouse, I'm using the Razer Viper Ultimate. It's also wireless, but I have it plugged in right now because it's been dead for a while and I need to charge it. Also, for some context, my setup was not like this a couple days ago. I recently just completely transformed it, and that video will be coming out very soon, but I thought I'd give you guys a quick update before I release that video on what my setup looks like right now. For my mouse pad, I have a ton of these as well, and obviously I had to choose one that actually matches everything and fits the setup, so I went with this one from X-Ray Pad. The black and orange design goes really well with my keyboard and matches the rest of my setup as well, and it's big enough for my keyboard and mouse, which I low-key need since I do a lot of work on this desk. But sometimes when I'm just using my laptop undocked, I like to work without a mouse pad because it does get in the way sometimes. Also, I know I'm gonna get a ton of hate for this, but the PC is on the floor on carpet, but I'm not using this thing at all anymore. I barely turn it on, and having it up on my desk takes up way too much space. So for the meantime, until I upgrade this thing, it's low-key gonna have to be down here. Now the specs in this thing, it is an i5-10400F, a 1650 and 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's probably the only valuable thing in this PC. Surprisingly though, it can still run most games because I did optimize it a bunch, but I don't really game anymore, so it's low-key just chilling down there. And before you ask in the comments, I'm not giving this away. For some reason, people think like PCs and iPhones are flying into my lap. Yo, one day they're definitely gonna be, but that day is not today. So y'all are low-key gonna have to wait. For my laptop, I'm using the MacBook Air M4, which this might actually be one of the last videos on it for a long time because I've been making way too many videos about this, but you already know it's a goated laptop. I use this thing like 24/7. This is the money and content printing machine. It's so powerful, and I actually have this thing hooked up to the dual monitor setup right now, and this has honestly changed the entire way that I use my Mac and made it so much more productive for me. Now the way that I have this set up is actually through two different cables. First up, we have this Anchor dongle, which has a bunch of different ports. I actually have my main monitor plugged into it right here, and then I have my peripherals in the other ports. Also, the MacBook can actually charge through these USB-C ports, so I can charge it straight from that dongle as well, which is really neat if I'm ever just working here and don't have my charger on me. Now also, one of my favorite things about this dongle is that it actually has SD card ports, so I can import all the stuff from my camera as well, which if you guys can see by my storage, it's actually cooked right now. I've used 85% of it, and I have like 500 gigabytes on here, but I'm actually about to put you guys on a software to help if you have this issue. Thank you to MacPaw for sponsoring this video. Clean My Mac is an app that basically lets you clean, protect, and optimize your Mac all in one place. So in the actual app, there's a lot of different tabs, each for helping to optimize your Mac so you get the best out of your device. For example, if I want to clear up some space, it'll go through all my files and show me exactly what's taking up the most space. It even shows you things in your trash or recycling bin, as well as even unnecessary file attachments taking up space. Now, since I don't have any space left, I'm actually able to get a visual map of my storage space that shows me exactly how much space I have left. It shows me a proper user's map with exactly how much space all my folders are taking up, which makes it so much easier to get this freed up. I even conducted a scan for protection to make sure my Mac is safe and free of malware, and it shows me that my Mac is completely safe, but there were some temporary files in Chrome. This is definitely an app I'd recommend checking out if you have a Mac and are always struggling to manage your storage and also want to help to protect it. I actually really like the layout of the app. It's super easy to use and it helps keep everything on your MacBook organized. All the links to Clean My Mac will be in the description and pinned to the comments, and be sure to use my discount code ORBS10. For my main monitor, this is a Dell 144Hz monitor. This is the OG monitor that I've been using for a couple of years and it's still going strong. I actually haven't upgraded majority of the stuff in my setup, but I might switch to OLED monitors. I've just heard a lot of good things about them, so if you guys have OLED monitors or have tried them out, let me know in the comments because I'm still like debating it, to be honest. Now for my second monitor, I actually have this hooked up through a USB-C to HDMI converter. I didn't even know they made cables like that until I had to get this monitor set up, but apparently they do, and they surprisingly work really well. This monitor is 4K at 60 Hz. I have it vertical right now because I kind of got tired of keeping it horizontal, but this monitor is honestly goated, and having it like this, it makes it look so clean. Now I have both of these monitors propped up onto this dual monitor stand. This is the arm that I've been using since basically I started my setup. It works perfectly fine, and I've seen no reason to upgrade it. It even has like built-in cable hiders right in between there, so you don't see the cables. Right now you can see some of them right there. I gotta fix that up, but overall it's pretty good. I might actually pick up a monitor arm with a laptop tray, because right now I do have this one that I just got off Amazon that works really well, but I feel like it'd look a lot cleaner if it was more like up there, you know what I mean? That way I can also hide those cables better. But to be honest, if I didn't move my setup around so much, I probably would have had these mounted to the wall. But I don't know if it's just me, I just like that new feeling of moving your setup around like every couple months. So for the time being, I just have them propped up on that. So that's low-key how I have everything set up, like all the wiring. Eventually I do want to get a docking station so that I don't have to deal with all these individual wires, because this can get pretty annoying if I'm going to be honest. And I feel the docking station would just make this look so much cleaner. It would honestly make it a lot easier for me to switch between my Mac and my PC, because right now to switch between them I gotta like undo all the wires from here, put it down there, and it's low-key a hassle if I'm gonna be honest, which is one of the main reasons I'm not using that PC. On top of that, it's also pretty slow compared to the Mac, but I'll definitely figure something out about that soon. Now for my headset, I'm literally just using the AirPod Pro 2s. Ever since I got these, I have not been able to go back to having over-ear headphones. I still have my SkullCandy headphones, but these honestly, especially with the Mac and my phone, these are just unmatched. I also picked up this case off Amazon, but it's low-key buns, like it does not even work. My favorite thing about these though is just how seamlessly you can switch from your Mac to your iPhone. If I open up my phone and hop on Instagram, my AirPods are automatically just gonna switch over to it, which I can't really do on my over-ear headphones. So honestly, I might have to cop the AirPod Maxes. Now for the mic, I'm using the Fifine AM8. Shout out to Fifine. They've been hooking me up with mics since I was at like 5,000 subscribers. One of the first reviews I made on my channel was actually a Fifine mic, so I already know I'm using their mics all the time. The quality is really good on this, and all my videos are actually filmed using this mic. And I have this connected to a Samsung boom arm, which is honestly amazing. It even has these cable hiders inside, which makes it so easy to manage cables and not have those loose wires running all around. But I low-key don't know how to fix this. I'm gonna have to figure something out, but for the time being, it works really well. Now for my desk, I'm still using this desk from EpicDesk. It is set to stand, which I don't low-key use, but within the next couple of months, I'm 100% gonna switch this out. Now it might look really big to you guys, but honestly, to me, this thing is so small. I'm trying to get a desk that'll go from like that end of the wall all the way over here, something really long that I can fit everything on. And that's also another reason my PC is on the floor, because like I don't even have space to put this thing up here, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm 100% going to be upgrading this desk and swapping it out soon. It is still holding strong, like there's nothing wrong with it at all. I just personally want a little more space, so I'll definitely upgrade this soon. Now for my chair, I'm using the Razer Acer. This chair is actually so good. It has proper lumbar support and even has a neck pillow for neck support. I know a lot of people like to hate on gaming chairs and say that they're super uncomfortable, but this chair for me honestly has probably been the most comfortable chair I've ever had. I'm gonna put up on the screen right now what my old chair used to look like. So yeah, this thing is definitely a big upgrade from that, and as someone who's trying to have good posture, this thing definitely helps out with that. Also, I picked up these lights from Calefo. These are just some ambient light bars that actually help elevate the setup a lot. I just installed these today. Setting them up was super simple, and I can actually control them from my phone and make them do different colors. But honestly, since installing them, they've made my setup pop out so much more, giving it that ambient lighting in the back. And this is something I look forward to using at nighttime when I have all my lights off, because honestly they really elevate the setup. Now that's it for my 2026 setup tour. Honestly, not much has changed except for this going from like a gaming setup to a Mac focused setup. I don't know if I'll ever get back into gaming. At the moment, I'm not really into games anymore. Maybe when GTA 6 comes out, I'll get back into it, but for now this is more of just a productivity setup, and I'm definitely going to be making upgrades to it in the future, so make sure you guys are subscribed to follow along. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again in the next video.